If you're anything like me, you consume a lot of content. Articles, newsletters, books and podcasts. It's hard to keep track. We always imagine that we remember the important stuff, but in reality, it just gets displaced by yet more stuff. My name is Catherine. In this short demo, I'm going to show you Readwise, a great app for collecting, organising and reviewing your highlights. Here's how it works. If you link it with your Kindle account, anything you highlight is synced with your Readwise account. Here's my library within Readwise. I can see all the books I've been reading on Kindle and also the number of highlights. I'll choose one of those to look at. Here is Smoke and Mirrors by Gemma Milne. Now I can see all the highlights from that book, and I can choose to add tags, favourite, edit the highlight itself, or share it elsewhere. If I prefer, I can use review mode, and then I can see each highlight individually and decide whether I want to keep or discard it. Often with a Kindle, we can get a bit carried away with highlighting, so this is an excellent opportunity to reconsider whether we really want to save that content. It's also easy to save articles to Readwise. You can do that either using the Chrome extension or through a third party such as Instapaper or Pocket. If you save tweets, you can also pop those into Readwise. Once you have your account set up, follow Readwise on Twitter and then retweet any tweets at them, and they will appear here. Perhaps most excitingly, you can save podcast snippets to Readwise. You need to use an app called Air, which is currently only available for iPhone. When you press a hotkey, Air rewinds, and then it transcribes the most recent piece that you've been listening to, and that transcription appears in your library. Readwise is an incredibly useful repository in itself, but you can also choose to export your highlights. Here I've connected it with Evernote, Notion and Roam, all of which work really well. Alternatively, you could just export your data as a CSV file or as Markdown. Markdown is a good format if you want to then put that content into another app. At around $10 a month, Readwise is relatively expensive, but it's really well designed and will help you remember all of those useful snippets. Every day, Readwise also sends you a random selection of 5 highlights for you to review. This is another opportunity to increase the value of the content in your Readwise library. It's also a helpful nudge to remind you of that content that was very important a while ago. All of these review tools ensure that you're constantly reviewing your highlights and you don't end up with a big old content monster. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found that demo useful. Bye for now.